Have you ever felt, I don't know, completely hijacked by an emotion, where you're just not in control anymore? Well, that feeling of being totally overwhelmed is exactly what we're going to dig into today. We're going to explore this really powerful shift in thinking, moving from fighting our feelings to actually learning how to ride them out, just like a surfer on a wave.
So, to really get a handle on the problem, let's start with a metaphor that I think just nails that feeling of losing control.
I mean, really think about it for a second. That sudden surge of anger or that deep wave of sadness, it just hits, right? And all of a sudden, it feels like you're not in the driver's seat anymore. The emotion is in charge, and you're just there.
And that feeling of powerlessness, man, it is exhausting. You're just clinging on for dear life, hoping the ride ends soon. But what if? What if you didn't have to be a passenger at all?
Okay, so let's completely reframe this whole experience. Let's forget the runaway train. Instead, what if we started seeing our emotions not as some out-of-control machine, but more like a force of nature, like a wave?
And that, right there, is the big idea. You can't stop a wave from coming to shore. I mean, trying to would be totally pointless, right? But you can learn how to ride it. The emotion still shows up, but your entire relationship with it just completely changes.
And this, right here, lays it all out perfectly. Trying to fight the wave is just a constant, draining struggle. But learning to surf, that isn't about brute force. It's about developing balance and skill and a totally new kind of control. And look, here's why this really matters. When you're not wrestling with your own feelings, you free up all this mental energy for clearer thinking and, better decisions. You're basically shifting from being purely reactive to becoming responsive.
All right, so if you're going to surf these emotional waves, you're going to need some equipment. But the good news is you already have it. It just takes a little bit of practice to learn how to use it.
Your surfboard is awareness. It's that ability to just notice what's happening inside of you without immediately getting swept away. Awareness is the one tool that lets you create a little bit of breathing room, a bit of space between you and the emotion. It's what allows you to actually get on the board instead of just being tossed around in the whitewater.
So you've got your surfboard of awareness. Now what? How do you actually catch your first wave? Well, the technique is actually incredibly simple.
I mean, look how simple this is. It's just 2 steps. That's it. First, the next time that really strong feeling hits, just pause. Don't react. Don't analyze. Just stop for a second. And second, you just label it. You simply name the feeling you're having. It can literally be that simple. Or, I'm feeling angry right now. Or maybe I'm feeling anxious right now. See, the act of just naming it is an act of awareness. You're not judging it. You're not trying to push it away. You're just observing it.
And that's it. Seriously, that tiny action of pausing and then labeling creates just enough distance. It is the exact moment you go from being tumbled by the wave to getting your feet on the board, ready to actually ride it out. That's the whole practice.
So that's the thought I want to leave you with. You've got the board, and now you have the technique. So the next time a big emotional wave starts to build up, just remember, you have a choice. You don't have to be a passenger on that runaway train. You can be a surfer. The only question is, what wave are you going to surf first?